speaking of slop, we got to talk about the trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu. It was hotly anticipated, and I'm honored to be able to talk about it here on the podcast. We have been talking about this for a long time. Yes, Disney made The Mandalorian season 1 in 2019. It premiered on Disney Plus. After that, they made a couple more seasons from its runaway success with Pedro Pascal as the lead, The Mandalorian. And of course, this little wonderful green Yoda-like baby character named Grogu. You probably know who that is. I shouldn't have to explain it here on a podcast. Regardless, after 3 seasons, things cooled off. The Mandalorian appeared again in the Book of Boba Fett, I think the show. And since then, It's been quiet. I know. Maybe one season I didn't watch it. It's been quiet. But now we have a new Star Wars film out. Not a season of the show, not an episode, not a miniseries, not a holiday special, a real proper film coming to theaters May 22nd, 2026. Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, picking up with the continued adventures of Pedro Pascal and his little green friend. They had shot this movie and we thought, what are they even going to do with that? That seems so out of touch. They don't know what they're doing with Star Wars. And now the trailer's out. And it just seems like a lot of people agree with that. But Andy, what do you think? Oh, shit, I didn't even say what's in the trailer. I mean, not a lot. It's basically a teaser. The Mandalorian and Grogu are running around doing stuff. Sigourney Weaver's in there. You see an AT-AT fall off a cliff. It looks very mediocre. Very mediocre picture. What do you think, Andy?
the mid-DeLorean.
The mid-DeLorean. Yeah, the mid-DeLorean. That's good. Dude. Bangers tonight. Yes.
Workshopping on the fly.
Yes.
I think this looks fine. It looks very average, which I think is a problem for Star Wars. The very opening shot, I was like, is that shot finished? It doesn't look very good yet. I think they're trying to distract from some of their other political issues right now, Disney is. So this started life as it was going to be a 4th season of The Mandalorian, and they decided to then just make that into a movie, which they did with something like Moana. Moana 2 was going to be a Disney Plus show, turned into a very successful film. So this same thing kind of happened. It looks fine. You got our 2 people, but it's weird because The Mandalorian was just supposed to be about him, and then they introduced Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda was so popular he became a staple of the show, and now he's in the movie, and he's being kind of extra annoying in the footage, and he's getting very close to Jar Jar Binks territory of we got to up the cuteness and all this. We don't get any sense of what's actually happening. They're just like, they're in the ship. They're talking with a guy. They're shooting lasers.
No
it
plot.
Looks fine.
It's really like a teaser. Yeah, it's more a teaser than a trailer, and they probably should have titled it that. Yeah, it looks fine.
It looks fine. I mean, we'll see. I'm sure it's out late May. School's out. Take the family. Take the kids. It just feels so late. I pointed this out earlier in our group chat that the Mandalorian was really hot in like 2019, 2020. That's when those first 2 seasons came out, less than a year apart. And then it took 2.5 years, almost 3 years for season 3 to come out. And now we're 3 years past that. So we're really like 5 to 6 years removed from when the show was really popular and people were really into it. And now I think it's just forgotten. We've seen that Disney has kind of lost its Star Wars audience. The young kids, they don't care about grandpa's IP. The people that grew up with it, Gen X and older, kind of hates everything that Disney does with Star Wars. They hate Star Wars in general. So I don't know how this is going to do. Maybe it's because it's summer blockbuster, it'll do fine, but I think it's in trouble.
It's tough. It doesn't look like a proper Star Wars film. I know people have been saying that. It looks like an episode of a TV show. It does. It's probably how they filmed it, right? They probably use the same exact processes, the volume. Like, I'm sure it is much like how you shoot the TV show is how you do the film. Moana 2 is a great example. Moana 2 is supposed to be a series. They pivoted and made it a movie. It made $1 billion. Like, it is a layup of an idea why they would do it this way. It's funny because I used to joke about whether or not it was Pedro Pascal in the suit, but I figured for the film, well, it'll probably be him. Actually watching it was like, no, it's probably exactly how they shot the show. There's an extra that's probably not even him for most of it. He does voiceover at the end. It's cheaper, right? And Grogu is not, I don't think Grogu's quite in Jar Jar Binks status, but I hear what you're saying, dude. Like, Looking at this opening, one of the opening frames from the trailer here of the two of them, like the Mandalorian and Grogu, like peering over a sand dune in the volume with even lighting. They're like Turner and Hooch, right? It's like your buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
You got your straight arrow, like the guy who knows what he's doing is on it, the killer, and you got the goofy, affable dog. Except the dog can use the Force and looks like a cute baby stuffed animal. And like I feel like a cynic when I say this stuff. Like I liked Star Wars for a long time. I think I do still like the idea of Star Wars. But this is just a bummer, you know? Like I guess when they were making a new Star Wars movie, it's been a few years. I really figured this was going to be something cool. They put it out with this like cheeky nostalgia comic book shop
50s poster,
50s sci-fi look on it with like, you know, danger around every corner. It looks all like the Strange World
Danger Will Robinson.
That's right. Yes, yeah, Lost in Space, like this nostalgic kind of thing. And it just looks cheap, and it just looks like you guys are phoning it in. And on the one hand, I do think it's worth winding down. No, I'll just leave it there. It looks cheap. That's what I think. It looks cheap. What do you think? You think it looks cheap? We got to move on. I've been talking about Mandalorian for too long.
I've seen people. I've seen people comment. It looks like a movie made to sell plush toys of Baby Yoda. You either die Baby Yoda or you live long enough to become Jar Jar Binks. That's what I'll say.
It's great.
About that. I think it's in trouble. I think it's in real trouble. Moving on, new trailer that dropped just this afternoon for The Bride. This is yet another Frankenstein story from director and writer Maggie Gyllenhaal, based on the novel by Mary Shelley. This stars the great Jesse Buckley as the bride and Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster, and they are in some sort of couple. This trailer has so much style and so much sauce. I've watched it a couple of times. It looks really cool. We don't really know much other than they're like a couple and they're running around. They're beating up people. They're running. But it's got a little bit of that Poor Things look. Jesse Buckley is like unrecognizable. And she always kind of gets in a lot of these kind of girlfriend or mom roles. And so this is a complete kind of different thing for her. And I'm really excited to see what she does. I'm really stoked for this. This comes out in the spring.
Yeah, I'm really pleased to be eating my words on The Bride because, you know, from a long shot, it just didn't look very good in production. It was like, okay, it's Maggie Gyllenhaal's first movie. Christian Bale, like we got set photos of Christian Bale running around this goofy Frankenstein getup. It's like, okay, I don't know. Buckley's got weird hair. And then the trailer comes out and it's like, oh. Ooh, yeah, like whoa! This looks like Guillermo del Toro. This looks like like a David, like Brandon Cronenberg feature. Not quite David. Yeah, this looks grimy and weird and big bold lighting, like very artistically confident, like, and that's exciting. So I'm looking forward to The Bride. Yeah, I don't know. It looks weird for sure. People saying what it's like Bonnie and Clyde and Frankenstein, right? Like The Bride and Frankenstein run around, got guns. Like I don't know what they're going to be doing, but yeah, it looks interesting. Looking forward to seeing more. This is not. I must be confusing this with something else. This is not a musical, right? There's no world in this is a musical. I don't think it is either. I must be confusing it with something. Some other Frankenstein, something I'd read about a couple months ago. But yeah, The Bride. We don't know when this is coming out, do we?
March 6th.
March 6th. All right.
So this was originally supposed to come out in November of this year, and it was part of a kind of competing biopics or Frankenstein features. We have Guillermo del Toro's at the end of October, and then this was supposed to come out in November and ended up getting pushed. Probably a good thing to have these a little bit separated, but this just looks so much better than his movie. And unfortunately, the del Toro version has not been positively reviewed coming out of the festivals. We're still going to watch it and enjoy it and have a good time here, but I was like, this is a Hollywood movie. That's a straight for streaming kind of a joint. So it's interesting. See this Christian Bale doing a weird voice. He loves to do a strange little voice. He's a little bit like Tom Hardy that way.
Little
change of it. Yeah, change of an accent here, and he's got the character design is really cool. He's got these big staples in his forehead because he's the Frankenstein monster. I don't really know what it's about. Yeah, I'm interested to see what like the plot is of this.
Yeah, it's like got weird fonts in the title cards. It's like, all right, okay, yeah, there's something happening here. This looks like some energy. So
Anaconda which is a remake of the 1997 movie of the same name. That was a big blockbuster hit, starring Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube and John Voight. I think remember seeing that in theaters. That was a big, and that story is a bunch of people go to the Amazon looking for treasure. They got to fight a giant snake. It's eating everyone. It's a little bit like Jaws in the jungle, and this is a kind of a meta remake in that this stars Paul Rudd and Jack Black, and the very first thing is, hey, we're going to remake Anaconda, and they are two friends who love that 1997 movie, and they're like, we are going to go to the jungle and remake that ourselves. And so they head down there. They have a kind of a fake snake or a pet snake, which they lose instantly, and then a real snake shows up, and they get to then live Anaconda. It's Jack Black in the jungle. It's the Christmas release. It looks very safe. I'm not too interested in it, but it'll probably be a hit, honestly.
It's funny, when I saw the shape of this, the first thing I didn't think was like the old Anaconda. I thought about Tropic Thunder. And then you pointed out it's Jack Black in the jungle. It's Jumanji. And I was like, oh God, he's done this to us a few times, hasn't he? Yeah, it's like Jack Black running around the jungle, making some kind of feature, right? That's what's going on in Anaconda, of course. Dude, it looks like a total snooze fest. It looks like a pass. I was more interested in something like Cocaine Bear, because at least it seemed like goofy and original. It just seems like, I don't know, like, you're taking, it's like movie AI. You take the best parts of a few different properties, and we want to make an Anaconda movie. Boom. Yeah, we think this will make 30 million, perfect. Green light it. Awesome. Have Paul out to set on Monday.
Movie slop.
Yeah.
Holiday slop.
Movie slop. Yeah, holiday slop's not bad. That's not. Remember that for the thumbnail for Anaconda when we're reviewing it. Holiday slop.
Perfect.
Yeah, Anaconda looks fine.